Welcome to Okaloosa Today, local news and information. Connecting the communities of Footwall Beach, Destin, and Okaloosa County.
Welcome to Okaloosa Today on Cox. This is your monthly look at the city of Destin, city of Fort Walton Beach, and Okaloosa County. First, you're going to hear from the city of Destin. I'm Doug Rayner, the Public Information Manager, and joining me is the city's Parks and Recreation Director, Lance Johnson. Lance, you're no stranger to this show, and you're here today to talk about the fall and winter events in the city. A great topic, a great way to kick off the season, if you will, and we want to thank you for being here and look forward to hearing from you today.
I appreciate the opportunity. Good.
You have a big job. You oversee the Parks Department, which is now part of the Recreation Department. You know, you manage our parks, and then of course under that comes all of the recreation events, and we have you on here to talk about flag football and soccer and those kinds of things.
Right.
But we also host a lot of city events, and they're all free for people to come to. Well, most of them are. I think we'll get into a little bit of that. But
right.
You know, November is a great time to get started into our event programs and things like that. We also just had a couple of really big events in the city.
We did.
Let's start with the city's open house on October the 23rd. We just had that. Tell us how that went for us.
Oh, it was a great event held at the Destin Community Center. I believe there was over 500 people that came through and took part in the celebration. There were booths from each of our departments, plus a lot of our stakeholders and our partners also had booths there with great information, some giveaways, some great food. It was really a good time for all.
It was, and the reason why we mention this is because, you know, it takes a huge effort from our staff to put this on, to feed 400 to 500 people. It just was really nice to see our community center staff, our recreation staff, and the city as a whole come together to make that work.
Absolutely, and it was far beyond the community center. They're a great group, but they needed the assistance of the entire city staff, and everybody pitched in to make this thing happen.
Well, it turned out very well. It was also the city's, this year is the city's 30th anniversary. So we celebrated and had a few giveaways and listened to a really nice speech from the mayor, Mel Ponder, talk about how great things are in the city of Destin, and looking forward to making things better.
Right.
Well, that was the open house. October the 23rd is when that was. Now we have just completed the fall festival. This is kind of one of the crown events for the city of Destin and the community center.
Right. Yeah, just this past Monday we had our annual fall festival at the community center. The staff, once again, they transformed that building into something different. And for Fall Fest, it's a great Halloween event. It's spooktacular, but it's friendly for the kids. The kids had costume contest, pumpkin carving contest. They had the cakewalks and dozens of games. And again, over 500 people attended that event.
Right. You mentioned that. I think I saw an email that said that they sold over 600 quarter tickets.
Right.
I know the kids got to use those tickets to go through the booths and play all the games and get all kinds of goodies. And you mentioned transforming the gym there in the Destin Community Center. I know we have photos of that event. It's really neat to see how our staff gets creative and works with these kids, and it's just a fun time for everybody.
It is a great time, and it goes beyond the youth of our seniors. They were there volunteering. They were judging our pumpkin carving contest. They were selling some of the tickets to the kids. So it was a community-wide event.
Good. And speaking of the pumpkin carving, I know we submitted several photos to the Destin Log. They asked for our pictures, so anybody who was at that event, you might see your picture in the paper.
That's right.
I know that some of our pumpkin carving contest winners will probably be displayed there, and actually you were our official photographer for the event, so we appreciate that.
Yeah, no problem. I enjoyed it.
Well, good. By the time this show airs, we will have completed or just finished the Destin's 16th annual Pinfish Classic.
That's right.
Now, let's explain a little bit about what that is.
It is strictly an event for fun for kids. 14 years and under can participate. It started off at the Mattie Kelly Pier, and several years ago we moved it to the docks behind AJ's, and we always hold it the Saturday following the closing of the annual fishing rodeo. There were over 100 kids last year, so I'm expecting that this year was going to be about the same.
Right.
AJ sponsors it for us. They always take good care of the kids. They give them prizes. It's just a fun event for kids to get together. There's no cost to the families, so it's actually one of my funnest events of the year.
You know, it's the cities, we take a lot of responsibility in providing activities for children, and one of them is to provide a little bit of the heritage that is in this town, and that's fishing, and get these kids out there. I think they get a fishing pole and a t-shirt. It's 100% free for these kids to come out.
That's right.
I believe you do need to bring your own pole to fish with, and then we provide the bait.
That's
but
right.
Then after it's over, there are prizes given out, and I think brand new fishing poles or some of those things.
That's usually happened in the past.
That's right. You mentioned this, but I want to reiterate Alan Laird and AJ's and thanking them for their hospitality and having us there, right there behind where the way station is for the rodeo. They actually move it out because the rodeo just wraps up, and we get to fish in that spot.
Yeah, we couldn't do it without them. They take good care of us, and we actually do, like you said, we use the actual way station that day.
Good, great community partner, and it's just it's a wonderful event. We'll be showing these as we go through. Yeah. That's all right. That just shows just how busy we are. The phones ring all the time.
I apologize.
That's all right. I mean, we're no stranger to the phone ringing constantly, night, day, taping a TV show. Let's move into another event, actually, that's going to be over at the Destin Library. And this is something that Parks and Recreation is not too involved in, but if you're interested in seeing a very interesting way to decorate a Christmas tree, go by the Destin Library on November the 13th. Check out the website, cityofdestin.com, to find out the times for that event. There will be more information on the website. I don't know if there's a cost, but I think everything is there. Kirby Holt will be there decorating Christmas trees, and for what I understand, it's a really interesting process. I wish I had more information to tell you, but if you call the Destin Library, they will give you more information, and we hope you can come out for that. Going back to our Parks and Recreation events, we have the Holiday Craft Show. It's in November the 14th, but it really kicks off our season of Christmas and things like that. Tell us what to expect over at the Holiday Craft Show.
Well, we're expecting a record number of vendors. It's grown every year. We only started it a few years ago, and this year we know that we're at capacity as far as vendors go, so we have a full house. All kinds of local craftsmen. It could be Christmas decorations that they make. It could be other things that you might want to purchase to give as a gift. It's definitely worth a walk through, and that is free admission to the public.
All right, other than anything you might want to buy.
Well, that part's on your own.
It's free for people to come in. It's on November 14th and 15th, 11 to 4 on the 14th, and 9 to 3 on the 15th.
That's right.
15th at the community center. Again, that gym is transformed into another place. That's kind of our catch-all for where we do things. It's a large, wonderful, large facility,
right.
and it is full. Booths throughout. They manage it, set it up where it just flows, and a lot of really good things for people to buy or just to look at, get ideas.
Yep. I purchased some of my own personal Christmas decorations there, and we hang them up every year. You can't go wrong by at least taking a look over there.
Good. We encourage people to come out to that event. It's going to be a lot of fun. Again, at the community center, we have a lot of information on our website, cityofdestin.com. You'll hear me say that over and over during this show, but it's a place to go to find out everything you need to know. We're going to go into another event, the Wag and Walk. It's on November the 15th at the Destin Dog Park. It's part of it's at the Morgan Sports Center to benefit the Destin Dog Park.
That's
but it's
right.
part of a partnership we have to really keep that dog park going.
Absolutely. We have a very strong community-based volunteer group that has taken ownership of that park, and so it is a public-private partnership. They want to keep that park shining like the day it was built, and they're willing to work for it. So they've actually organized this fundraiser, and we have partnered with them to help them pull this race together.
Good, very good. It's going to be a lot of fun. I think they've done it. This might be the third annual, or second or third annual. We've had it a couple of times.
Yeah, it gets away from me. I think this might be just the second.
Second? Okay.
Right.
Yeah. And again, it's a great fundraiser. Registration does cost something for people to participate. That's the point of the race is to walk and race, or however you say that.
Right.
But the purpose is to raise money for the dog park. So if you go to the city's website, cityofdestin.com, you can get your registration information there. You can also go to the community center or City Hall. Flyers are everywhere. We'd love to have you participate in that if you have a dog. If you don't have a dog, come out and do it anyway. We'd love to have you be a part of that event. Getting into the Christmas season, we're going to start talking a little bit about our decorations around town.
Right.
Our public services staff and the recreation staff help do that throughout the city. And one of the keys to that is lighting our Destin Christmas tree.
That's right. The Destin Community Center always hosts the city's tree lighting ceremony, and we'll be doing that again this year on December the 4th, 6 p.m. right there at the community center parking lot. If there's inclement weather, we may have to move it into the gymnasium, but knock on wood, the last 10 years we have not had to do that. So that is the official city's kickoff to the holiday season.
All right, December 4th. It's the 28th year we've done this. That's really nice. I mean, we're a 30-year-old city, so we've got some, long traditions, and
right.
And it's nice to have this going on. December the 4th, 6 o'clock. You might hear a councilman sing. You might see some choirs out there. You might see some baton twirling. I know that we provide snacks and things like that for the crowd, and it's just a really nice time.
And there could be a special visitor.
It's possible. If your kids love Christmas, I would encourage you to bring them out to the event, because it's just a lot of fun.
Yeah.
A lot of fun. That segues into the Destin Christmas Parade. Again, 28th annual Destin Christmas Parade goes down Harbor Boulevard. December the 13th, it starts at 10 o'clock.
10 o'clock on the nose. We're looking forward to another great year, probably about 100 parade floats or entries into the parade this year coming up. It's a 2-hour parade for such a small town. That's a long, big parade. The community has always supported this event. From Main Street all the way down to Stallman Avenue has been shoulder to shoulder people every year that I've been a part of this, which has been going on 11 years. And we look forward to this event every year. It really brings the community together and gets everybody into the holiday spirit.
It's really one of our most attended events. It's very crowded. You say it's long, and it really is, but we have so many people who want to be a part of this. I mean, you can see any kind of organization, just individuals enter this to walk it, to have a float. A lot of creativity goes into this.
Right.
Tell us how you register to be a part of the event and actually have a float.
Yeah, there's several ways you can go about it. You can go to the city's website and pick up the application there, print it, and send it in via email, or you can go to the community center or to City Hall, pick up an application, and then turn it in there.
How about the cost? There's an interesting way to be a part of this, right?
There's a cost associated, but it's not monetary. What we're trying to do is provide either canned goods for people in need or toys for kids maybe that aren't going to be able to have a toy this year. So we'd prefer that in lieu of a $10 registration fee, they bring canned goods or a toy.
Sure, and I think if you ask Lisa Firth, who is our Deputy Parks and Recreation Director, who heads this up and manages our community center, she runs the parade top to bottom, and she'll tell you that they always bring in a lot of great toys, a lot of food. It's just really one of those opportunities for the city to give back.
Absolutely.
And it's fun to do it this way.
And we've always got strong support. I mean, if we ask for 2 canned goods, people bring 5. And that's just the way that our community responds to these events.
Great. And if anybody's actually interested in maybe donating this year and don't know how to do it, bring canned goods to the community center and just tell them that they can be donated with the Christmas parade donations. We'd be happy to take it. Community center over on Stallman Avenue. Speaking of parades, we have a parade right after that. This parade is managed and run by the Destin History and Fishing Museum, but it's the Holiday on the Harbor Boat Parade, December the 14th. How are we involved in that?
Well, the museum is a strong partner of ours. We support them 100% because without them, some of our heritage would be lost. This particular event, if you've never seen it, I encourage everyone to go out and see it. It's beautiful. It's at dusk on the harbor. The boats, the captains take a lot of time decorating their boats with lights, and it's somewhat similar to the electric light parade that Disney used to have,
Right.
except it's on the water.
That's right. Really not a bad seat down there. I mean, it turns out really well. Photos don't do it justice, so if you've never seen it, we encourage you to come out and take a look at that. That's on December the 14th. And speaking of all of our events, I'd like to show you the Destin City newsletter that actually runs quarterly. It just ran on October the 18th. It was printed in partnership with the Destin Log. We appreciate their partnership. If you saw this on the newspaper, it's something to save. And on the inside it has a lot of positive information, a lot of pertinent information going on in the city. And of course on the back it has all the things that Lance and I have just talked about, plus a whole lot more. Parks and Recreation, library, community center events, and it forecasts the next few months. It's also digital and on our website. So if you are interested, people are interested in printing it differently from this, or they threw it away, they didn't realize that, they can always go back and get it on our website. And I think Sean has a copy of that he can show everybody to take a look at. A lot of good information, and we hope people go there to get the fall and winter event schedules. Also, you can always call City Hall, ask for Lance, ask for me, or some of our staff will be happy to point you in the right direction. We have a few other things going on at the community center, and just wanted to make sure people knew about that. Morning walking club from 8 to 9 o'clock, and then youth basketball starting in November, ages 3 to 15. That's coming up. I know that's something
Right.
that our staff is heavily involved in, and want to make sure people understand that's going on.
Yep, basketball season's right around the corner.
It is, and if you've got a little one, they're probably getting geared up for that.
They are.
So make sure you can contact the community center to find out more about that as well. We're going to shift gears for just a second and talk about a couple of changes. It's been on the show, it's been around town, it's in our newsletter, but we want to make sure our residents understand the changes to the Joe's Bayou boat launch, as well as the Henderson Beach State Park passes that we give
Right.
out. And just real quickly, about 30 seconds worth of an explanation of what we're doing with that, Lance.
Well, in order to keep this benefit available to our residents, we needed to implement a small fee. So the fee for either a Joe's Bayou Pass or a Henderson Beach Pass is going to be $30 for this year for residents of Destin. And that's for full-time year-round residents.
And that starts January 1st, 2015.
That's right.
So when you come to the community center or City Hall to get your boat pass, it's going to be $30 now.
Right.
And that'll cover you for the whole year.
For the
Sounds like a
entire
pretty good
calendar
deal.
year. It's a great deal. The passes probably won't be available till mid-December, so don't look for them until then. But,
Right.
but we'll be ready to issue them at that point.
And any pass in the pass you have currently will get you through the end of the
They
year.
are valid
So
till
they're
December
valid.
31st.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then similarly over at Henderson Beach State Park.
Same situation. Full-time residents can get a year-round pass for the $30 fee.
Okay.
It's substantial savings over paying the daily entry fee.
That is, and there are other options. If someone would prefer some information or a pass from the park directly, they can get that through the park, and we encourage people to go that
Absolutely.
route if they're interested in that too. They're happy to call City Hall or ask us if they have any questions. We can explain that to them.
Yeah, that would be a benefit to those who travel and visit more than one state park, because the state's pass will get you into any state park, and I personally have one. I enjoy it year-round.
Very good. Well, this is a lot of information, and we want to encourage everybody to come to the city's website, cityofdestin.com. Lance, great guest always. We appreciate your time. We want to thank you for your help
Happy to be
putting
here.
all these events on. We want to thank you for watching the show, and if you stay tuned, you'll see the city of Fort Walton Beach next.